Hey everybody, welcome to Uncanny Derek Comics, and in this video we're going to be talking about second print books. More specifically, for newer collectors, how you can identify a second print book. And this one here, I have a little bit of a story, so stay tuned. And of course, if you like what you see, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It's a quick housekeeping thing. Obviously, I got a new video here, new background and all. I have a few older videos that are me zoomed in, so those will get pushed shortly after this one gets published, and then everything else will be new with this nice little setup here. I think this YouTube thing's working out for me. Now let's talk about this New Mutants number 87. The story behind this is that I purchased this book way back when I first started collecting, maybe 15, 20 years ago, and it was sold to me under the premise that it was the first appearance of Cable, which it is, but it's the second print, and that was not disclosed to me. But I paid the first printing price. For most books, the second printing is a less expensive book because it's not officially the first appearance, and naturally that makes sense because, well, don't need to explain that. So this video is about me explaining to a lot of new collectors out there how to tell the difference between first prints, second prints, third prints, and all that. And there's a handful of different ways to do that, some more obvious than others, but let's go through some of them now. So one of the most obvious ways that tell the difference between a first and second print is to do a little bit of research beforehand and get familiarized with the cover. I have some obvious and not so obvious examples here. So for example, here's Uncanny X-Men number 495. And here's the second print of that. And this one here is a second print because it is a variant cover. It also helps that more modern books do say right on it, second printing variant. So that's pretty darn helpful. But I have some other books here that not as obvious. So here is Uncanny X-Men number 248. This is the first Jim Lee on X-Men. And here is another cover, the first Jim Lee. So one is pink and one is gold. The pink cover here is the first print, with the gold one here being the second. And they both are direct editions, and you'll notice that they both have the Spider-Man barcode at the bottom, just slightly different from one another. So sometimes those are a tell, and there is a G.I. Joe book. It's the first Snake Eyes. Which one is that? Or not first Snake Eyes. It's the first Storm Shadow. It's the silent issue, but I'll have about right here, I have a picture of the difference of the two. You'll notice that the one has a white head, the other one has a black head Spider-Man. And the white-headed Spider-Man there is the first print. The black head there is the second print. It's not obvious, but just that little bit of research would help. It's not a difference of a pink and a gold cover. I also do have the first and second print of Uncanny X-Men 282. There is the first Bishop. So there is one issue. There is a second issue. The lines aren't as defined in the second one, but it's a little bit of a shiny gold cover. Again, we have two Captain America heads, both of them exactly the same. But the gold one here, in this hand, is the second print. The one with the lines on it here is the first print. So there's a little bit of research that you need to do first to be able to determine which book is going to be the first print and which one is the second print. Another way to tell the difference between first and second print is through the barcodes, and this is going to be a lot with modern comics. And on the barcodes of my Uncanny X-Men 295 here, the last three digits here, and I'll pull up on this side there, what the barcode looks like. So those last 5 digits on the top there, you'll see it says 49511. And so the explanation of that is 495 is the issue, 495. The first one there is about the variants, and the second one there is if it's second print or not. Now, unusually, my second print variant here, this is actually, the barcode's wrong. It says 49521, and it should be 49512. So this, unfortunately, that's the only second print variant I have where I can try and show this. Yeah, it doesn't work, unfortunately. So the barcodes at the top there, 495. One is how many variants are in that issue. So this is 495. Say X-Men 500. You know, there's like 7 or 8 different variants. So if it's the 7th cover of that, it would say 507-1. If it was a second print variant of it, it would say 500-1-2. The 1 being the first cover of that second print run, and the second 2 being that second print variant. So that's kind of an unusual situation here with my X-Men 495. It's the only book I know of that comes across like that. But it's important, again, just to do your research and make sure that you can figure out the barcodes, that they mean what they should mean. The third way to find out, it's very self-explanatory, but if you open up a book, and in the front page there at the bottom, usually it has the copyright to it, and it will explain there that it is the first or second print variant. It's more or less the copyright, the stuff you find in most books that explains if they're first, second, third prints. So open up the book, check the front page, see what it says there, and that will tell you if it's a first print or not. There's some other books that are out there a little bit trickier. Like if you take Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, I'll have the 3 different variants showing up on, well, probably on both sides here. And you'll notice that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 1, 2, and 3, for the most part, all look the same. The difference between the 3, outside of actually opening up the books and checking which variants are, but I mean, with books like that are very high in value, you often find that some people will actually white out, or not white out, they'll find a way to get rid of and dissolve the second and third print wording that's on the book, because it is not handwritten in there, but it's printed in there in a very obvious spot where it can be tampered with. But in the first issue, it is a darker red. The second and third issues, you'll notice that they do, or second and third prints, I should say, you'll notice that they are lighter shades of red going into the pinkish territory. So, again, familiarizing yourselves with the covers is very important. Also in issue 1, there's the first, there's an ad for Gobbledygook, which is another book the publisher put out there, whereas the second and third print variants do not have that ad in it at all. So it's important to know the history of the book as well if you're looking for certain keys like that. So that's all I have for you guys today in terms of finding out the difference between your print variants. Hope that helped a little bit, and I hope you guys don't get swindled like how I did about 20 years ago. So good luck with your collecting, and of course, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.